All right, everyone. Now, you've heard the situation of America being a divided nation. You've heard it more so within the past 4 years, eight, so to speak. And this is nothing new. This is nothing new. So I don't understand to a degree of why people think that we have been a united nation for all these years. Because the simple fact is, we have never been a united nation. Never. Let's go from the beginning, from the start. When we started, we were in connection with England, right? Now, I'm going to keep things in very simple terms, okay? We broke off from them. We started with protests. And that was another situation, another hot topic within the past few years about protesting, depending on which side of the coin you were on. But this nation started from a protest. So we divided from England. And then, in so doing, right from the very start, we were a divided nation. You had your northern states, you had your southern states. The southern states were well into slavery. The northern states tried to act dignified about it, but you had some who, leaned that way also, but still, there was a division. Then it came to the Civil War. Again, the biggest division of all, where one part of the United States warred with another part. So again, where has the unity ever been? Tell me, please. Where has it ever been? From the very start, there was division. I'll go on. And I'll read this excerpt here. Americans were deeply divided over how to respond to the Great War, the Great War being World War I, and expressed a diverse range of views on the conflict. Okay? Even then, with the Great War, be it World War I, there was division then. The war left the U.S. in a hyper-vigilant mode, which led to outbreaks of violence against people who were viewed as disloyal to the United States. The people who suffered the most were German Americans, socialists, and immigrants who were also threatened and harassed. Division. So when were we ever united? In the years leading up to its early entry into World War II, the United States was bitterly divided over the New Deal and vehemently at odds over whether it should enter the conflict erupting in Europe. Even during the war, the country remained beset by racial and ethnic animosities that pitted Protestants against Catholics, Catholics against Jews, and white Americans against people of color. Partisan rancor posed a steep barrier to the extreme measures that mobilization required: mass taxation, rationing, wage and price fixing, conscription, and surveillance. The business community sharply resisted the shift from civilian to military production. Again, division. Organized labor loudly demanded its share of wartime prosperity, even as the country fell in line with this vast expansion of state authority, outwardly uniting behind the war effort. And that's where people get, You know, we will seemingly unite together when something big has occurred, like World War II. It seemed like the nation, oh, we all came together. But still, underneath, you still had racial strife. You still had Americans pitted against each other. During the attack of the Twin Towers, 2001, it seemed like, oh, we all came together. That was maybe for a brief few seconds, real, in reality. But we were still divided. There was still finger pointing. But I digress. See, the war effort discord boiled just beneath the surface, as I was saying, revealing itself in violent home front outbursts and acid displays of political demagoguery. We move on to the Civil Rights era. Was that an era of unity? Was that an era of being united? No. There was so much tension during the 60s that you can cut it with a knife. There was so much racial strife. There was so much division when it came to the Vietnam War, civil rights, women's rights. So, again, when were we united? Please tell me, when? We have been divided over abortion. And our states are divided even though we are under the title of United States. But laws vary from state to state. You have states, each state wanting to do its own thing. Even though all are under the governmental law, so to speak, but each state does its own thing. How are we united? How can you say we have ever been united? Think about it. Have we ever? We are divided politically. Democrat versus Republican, conservatism versus liberalism. There is so much contention and hate towards each other in these realms that as a nation, politically, we can't get anywhere. Why? Because one side is trying to make the other side look bad. And we're all in this together. We're all in this together. If one side comes up with a good idea, the other one shoots it down. The other side shoots it down. No matter, like I said, if it's a good idea or not, they don't want to hear it. Both sides are to blame on this. Both sides will try to say that the other side is wrong on so many fronts, and they'll try to make it look like they are angels while the other one is the devil. But both sides act the same. They want to finger point, they want to be accusatory, but never wanting to come together. Are these states united? Are these people united? No. We are divided by race. Black versus white, brown versus yellow, black versus blue, whatever it may be. We are divided racially. And I need not go into I don't even have to go and delve into that much further. Okay? That speaks for itself. We're divided over how to punish when it comes to people breaking the law. We're divided over should a person get the death penalty or not. We're divided over how long sentences should be. We're divided over what is love. Should a man marry a man? There's division over that. We are divided on religion and God. We are divided whether Christianity should be the go-to, so to speak, religion. After all, it was In God We Trust was based on Christianity, but now there's division in that. You got those who say they don't believe in God, but they're atheists, and that they should be treated another way. You got those who say they don't believe in Christianity, that they believe in being a Muslim. So you got those divisions going on. We are divided over COVID, the big topic of the day. We're even divided on people getting sick. Go figure, right? Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But we are divided on we are divided on wearing a mask. We're divided on wearing a mask. People have gotten into fights over a mask. We're divided on that. We're divided over immigration. Whether someone should come in to these states from another country, and we can't even get that right. It's a simple thing, very simple, but we can't get that right. We're divided over that. After all, these are the United States, these are states these are people that came together supposedly to form these states. Came together from other countries to form these states. But yet there is division on people coming from the outside in. Division. We are divided in all aspects of life. So tell me, have we ever been united? Have we ever been united? If you know that answer, please tell me. Because so far, I've run the gamut here. We have never been united. Never. It used to be that we respected our presidents, regardless if we voted for them or not. There was a respect. Now there isn't, which makes us even more divided. Now we have people saying, that's not my president, no matter who it is. I mean, you could be somebody on the Democrat side or the Republican side, the ones on the Democrat saying, if it's a Republican president, that's not my president. Then you got Republicans saying, if it's a Democratic president, that's not my president. Both sides will say, that's not my president. Division. Division. And in a general way, the only other situation we were majorly on the same page is when it came to God. Not say majority, not everybody, but I'm saying in a majority sense, going back in the day, even during slavery, you had those on board believing in one God, believing in Christianity, so to speak. But now that's withered away to an extent. So I petition we get back to the worship of Christianity, but in its true sense. Not with the racist agendas that have been perpetrated over the years. I'm talking about in its true sense. I'm talking about in its true state. True Christianity. True Christianity. But the way this world has been going, I'm afraid we'll never get to that place. It'll never be attained, only because the Word has predicted this. The Word says we'll be coming into these last days. And I know people probably could have said, well, they were saying that 50 years ago. There's even more evidence now of these being in the last days. The ground is being broken for the fruition of the Word to come forth. The ground is being broken. So, we are not a United States. We never have been. And at this point, we never will until the Antichrist steps on the scene. But you want to talk about, people want to talk about fake news. That'll be fake news. It'll fake out so many people. That's all I got to say. Enough said.